At the town's annual parade, my neighbor and aunt spread rumors that I was running an illegal business from my garage. They filed complaints, harassed my clients, and tried to destroy me. Instead of fighting back publicly, I collected proof, filed for defamation, and when it all hit court, they were found guilty and ordered to issue a full apology. In the middle of the parade, over a loudspeaker, in front of thousands. I live in a town called Wellington, just north of Fort Collins, Colorado. About 10,000 people. Big enough to have a few good restaurants, small enough that if you screw up, everyone knows about it by lunchtime. It's one of those places where the yearly parade is a huge deal. Floats, bands, hot dog contests, face painting, all that. I've been running a motorcycle repair shop out of my garage for almost a decade. It's not a hobby, it's my living. I pay taxes. I have all the right permits. It's clean work, honest work. I even went the extra mile and registered as a business with the state. Most of my customers are regular folks from around the county. Bikers, farmers, a few ranchers. They trust me because I don't overcharge, and I don't screw around. My neighbor Wanda Harris hated me from the start. Her backyard touches the back corner of mine. She's the type that glares at you through her blinds if you mow the lawn past 6 p.m. If a bike rolled in for a late pickup, even at 5:45 p.m., she'd be outside, arms crossed, staring me down. She called the town on me more than once, stupid things like noise complaints, or oil spills, even though I kept the garage clean and quiet. The cops and inspectors would show up, poke around, then leave because I wasn't breaking any laws. But it wasn't just Wanda. My own so-called Aunt Deborah decided she wanted a piece of the action. She came by one day half-drunk, asking for $10,000 to help her out. Said she needed it for a business opportunity. When I told her no, politely but firmly, her face changed. She spat on the ground in my driveway and said, "You think you're better than your family, huh?" I watched her stumble down the street, flipping me off as she went. That was in early spring. I should have known then something bad was coming. Around mid-May, my business started bleeding customers. At first, it was slow. A few regulars canceling appointments. Then newer customers started ghosting me. A guy even showed up mad, saying he heard I was fixing stolen bikes and running an illegal shop. I almost laughed. Then I saw how serious he looked. Another guy called me and said, "Hey man, someone told me you're not even certified. You working legit?" It didn't make sense. I had the paperwork, the license, the inspection stickers. Everything was in order. Then I got a tip from a friend who works in the town office, 2 women. A neighbor and a relative had filed multiple complaints against me. Health and safety violations. Operating without a business license. Illegal waste dumping. I didn't have to guess. Wanda and Deborah. The next few weeks were hell. City inspectors started showing up weekly, nitpicking every little thing. One guy actually tried to fine me for having a dangerous setup, because I had a ladder leaning against the garage wall. A cop came by asking if I had any unregistered vehicles on the property. I didn't. 2 of my best clients got spooked after someone, anonymously, called them, warning them that their bikes could be seized if they kept doing business with me. Meanwhile, Wanda made little snide comments over the fence. "You better start packing up, sweetheart. Would be a shame if someone shut this place down." Deborah? She was worse. She started bad-mouthing me at church, at the grocery store, at the bar, telling anyone who would listen that I was a crook, a liar, a thug. That I was up to no good, with shady people. Everywhere I went, I could feel the stares. It hurt. It really ***king hurt. I almost thought about giving up. Almost. But then I remembered something my old man used to say, "Don't swing at every punch. Make the next one count." I stopped reacting. I smiled at Wanda when she yelled at me. I waved to Deborah at the store. Meanwhile, I got to work. I installed 4 security cameras around the garage, front, back, sides. Microphones, too. I updated my insurance. I saved every city inspection report showing I passed clean. I asked my customers to leave honest online reviews about their experience, good or bad, and archived them. I even started recording my phone calls when it was legal to do so. In Colorado, you only need one party's consent, yours. I collected screenshots, voicemails, emails, texts, everything. And I hired a lawyer. A real bulldog out of Fort Collins who specialized in small business law. He took one look at the pile of evidence and said, "They're F***ked. We filed a civil case against both of them. Defamation of character. Business interference. Harassment. The town parade was 2 months away. The court date? 2 weeks before the parade. Perfect timing. When the day came, they thought it was a joke. Wanda showed up in a loud pink jacket, chewing gum like she was at the movies. Deborah wore jeans and a t-shirt that said, "Family over everything." The irony made me want to laugh out loud. The judge, an older guy with no patience for drama, didn't find it funny. My lawyer laid it out clean, recordings of Wanda admitting she wanted to shut me down. Texts of Deborah calling me a criminal and a fake to other family members. Statements from clients who said they were harassed. The inspector reports showing my clean record were the cherry on top. When it was their turn to talk, they squirmed. Wanda tried to blame concerned neighbors. Deborah claimed she was just repeating what she heard. The judge wasn't having it. He ruled in my favor, damages, legal fees, everything. But there was one special condition: since the lies started publicly, the apology had to be public too. At the town's annual parade. Over the loudspeaker. After the court ruling, the town buzzed. Word got around faster than wildfire. People whispered at the diner, stared at me in line at the hardware store. Some old-timers nodded at me, subtle little nods that said good job. Others stayed out of it. Typical small-town behavior. Wanda and Deborah tried to pretend nothing happened. Wanda still marched into planning committee meetings, trying to boss people around. She even tried to get the apology order changed, claiming it would ruin the family-friendly atmosphere. The committee said no. The judge said no. The town said hell no. Deborah tried playing the victim. Told people she was forced into the lies by bad influences. Blamed stress. Blamed depression. Blamed me. It didn't work. The Parks Department issued an official memo. Apology announcement scheduled at 2 p.m. on parade day. People circled the time in their programs. I got there early. Parked my truck near the food court. Wore jeans, boots, a clean black t-shirt. Nothing flashy. Just calm. My friend Mark, who runs a car detailing shop, found me near the funnel cake booth. "You ready for this?" He grinned. I just shrugged. "Better get a lemonade," he said. "It's gonna be spicy." The parade started like normal. Local marching band. Little kids throwing candy from floats. Fire trucks honking their horns. All American stuff. I watched families laugh and cheer, soaking it all in. A few neighbors gave me side eyes. Some gave me thumbs up. At exactly 1:50 p.m., I spotted Wanda. She was standing by the main stage, pacing like a trapped cat. Her face was beet red. Deborah was behind her, crying. 2 uniformed deputies stood nearby, arms crossed, sunglasses on, making sure they didn't pull a runner. The mayor, an old rancher named Paul who didn't take sides, took the mic at 1:59 p.m. "Folks," he said, voice booming, "we got a brief interruption. Please stick around. It's important." Wanda walked up first. She had to. The judge's orders were clear: no switching places, no backing out. The deputy handed her a piece of paper. She grabbed it with shaking hands. She leaned into the mic. Cleared her throat. "I, Wanda Harris, apologize to me for spreading false statements about his business. These statements were lies, and they harmed his reputation unfairly. I regret my actions and accept full responsibility. The crowd stayed dead quiet. Not even the babies cried. Deborah stepped up next. She was worse. Her hands shook so bad the paper rattled like leaves. I, Deborah Milson, admit that I lied about me and spread rumors that damaged his livelihood. I am deeply sorry for my behavior and the pain I caused. I ask for forgiveness. Someone in the crowd shouted, "You should be ashamed." Someone else laughed. Deborah burst into full sobs on the stage. The mayor took the mic back, said, "All right, folks, let's move on." Parade's still rolling. But it wasn't over yet. As Deborah stumbled off the stage, a woman, I didn't recognize her, walked right up to the mic before the deputies could stop her. She grabbed it and said, "And she tried to do the same thing to me." The crowd gasped. People turned. The woman, maybe mid-40s, furious, pointed at Deborah. "I own the daycare on Main Street," she shouted. "Deborah tried to shake me down for money last year. Said if I didn't donate to her fundraiser, bad rumors might start about my license." People started whispering, loud and fast. Wanda tried to grab the mic away but tripped and fell flat on her face. A loud thud echoed through the speakers. The crowd roared laughter, shouting, phones whipped out filming everything. Deborah ran off crying. Wanda crawled up and bolted through the crowd like her hair was on fire. It was chaos for a few minutes. The deputies calmed everyone down. The parade stumbled back into motion, clowns awkwardly marching through the mess, balloons bobbing along like nothing happened. I leaned against my truck, sipping my lemonade. Mark wandered over, laughing so hard he was wiping tears. "Brother," he said, clapping me on the back, "you couldn't have paid for better karma." People I didn't even know walked by, giving me nods, smiles, even little claps. One old lady in a sun hat said, "About time someone put M in their place." The parade ended early that day. People were buzzing like a kicked beehive. Everyone had their phones out, sharing videos of Wanda falling, Deborah crying, and the mystery woman exposing their other scams. The clips hit Facebook before sunset. By Monday morning, it was all over town. Even people from the next town over were talking about it. I didn't say a word online. I didn't comment. I didn't post. I didn't need to. The town did it for me. First hit was the planning committee. They held an emergency meeting the day after the parade. Wanda was booted off with a 10-0 vote. They cited behavior unbecoming of a public volunteer and actions causing public embarrassment to the town. Her friends, the same ladies she gossiped with every week, dropped her like a bad habit. She tried to show up to the next committee meeting anyway, but they turned her away at the door. Real estate agents started backing off too. Wanda had been a part-time real estate agent. She bragged about it all the time. Top seller in the zip code. Crap. But after the parade? No one wanted her listing their house. The agency she worked for asked her to resign voluntarily. Her for sale sign went up 3 weeks later. Still, months later, no buyers. The online listing kept getting, accidentally, tagged with screenshots from the parade apology. Deborah got it even worse. That daycare owner? She wasn't the only one. Turns out Deborah had tried to pull the same pay me or rumors start move on a couple other small businesses, a bakery, a pet groomer, even a car wash. Once people realized she wasn't just drunk and messy, she was predatory. The whole town turned on her. Church groups banned her from events. Bars refused to serve her. Her landlord gave her 30 days' notice on her rental. Her own sisters, my other aunts, cut her off completely. They didn't want the family name dragged further through the mud. One night, Mark texted me a photo, Deborah, sitting outside the bar at 10 p.m., crying alone with 2 suitcases next to her. Just when I thought it was over, something new happened. I got a letter. From a lawyer. At first, my heart jumped into my throat. Was Wanda or Deborah suing me for something? Retaliating? But no. It was an offer. Apparently, Deborah wanted to make amends before she left town. She offered to sign over some land she inherited years ago, a junky half-acre lot on the south end of town, to me, free and clear, in exchange for me not pursuing further charges for harassment. I hadn't even planned on more charges. I was done. But now I had a choice. My lawyer said, technically you could refuse and still push for criminal harassment. Or you could take the land and close the door on it. I went to see the land. It was rough. Overgrown. A beat-up trailer sat crooked on it, abandoned. But it was worth something. Maybe not a lot today, but tomorrow? With the way the town was growing? It could be a gold mine. While I was deciding, Wanda tried one last move. She started a smear campaign again. This time on Facebook, under a fake name. Posting in local groups about dangerous businesses operating out of garages. No names, but everyone knew who she meant. She even posted a blurry photo of my driveway, pretending it was evidence. Problem was, the sheriff's department was already watching her. After the parade mess, part of the settlement included a restraining order. She wasn't allowed to harass, stalk, or slander me in any form. When the deputies showed up at her door with printouts of her posts, she cracked. First denied it. Then cried. Then tried to blame a hacker. Didn't matter. They fined her $2,500 for violating the court order. By the time summer hit, Wanda was a ghost. Closed curtains. Empty driveway. Angry, for sale, sign tipping in the wind. My business exploded. The loyalty from the town was insane. I had to build a bigger garage just to keep up. That empty lot Deborah tried to pawn off on me? I accepted it. Fixed it up. Cleared the trash. Got permits. I turned it into a second repair shop. Hired my cousin's kid to help run it. Summer passed. Fall came. I was working 6 days a week now. Between the old garage and the new lot I took from Deborah, business was booming. I had more customers than I knew what to do with. Some days I barely slept. At first, it felt amazing. Like I finally beat them. Like the world finally saw who they really were. But there's something they don't tell you about revenge. It's heavy. The whole town had turned against Wanda and Deborah. Completely. And while part of me loved seeing it happen, another part of me didn't. Wanda's house sat empty for months. Overgrown weeds. Broken windows. One night, some kids egged it and smashed bottles on the porch. Cops didn't even bother investigating. No one cared. Deborah? I heard through the grapevine she was living out of motels 2 towns over, waiting tables under a fake last name to avoid the shame. Sometimes I'd see her car parked by the old highway, full of junk and clothes. She didn't even have a proper home anymore. One night, around Christmas, I was closing up the shop when a truck pulled up. It was Deborah. She looked ruined. Skinny. Hair stringy. Clothes hanging off her like a scarecrow. She didn't get out. Just sat there, window rolled down halfway. I didn't want to walk over. I didn't owe her anything. But something in me, maybe guilt, maybe anger, made me. She said, voice shaking. You happy now? I stared at her. Didn't say anything. She kept going. You destroyed us. Over some stupid bikes. Family's supposed to forgive, you know. I laughed. I couldn't help it. You mean like how you forgave me when you lied to half the town? When you tried to ruin my life over money? She opened her mouth, then closed it. Tears filled her eyes. I lost everything, she whispered. I said, real calm. You earned it. And I turned around and walked away. Didn't look back. She sat there another 10 minutes before peeling off into the dark. In January, Wanda's house finally sold, at a huge loss. She moved to some tiny town near the Wyoming border, where nobody knew her. I heard she tried running for the town council there. Someone dug up the parade video and posted it to their local page. She dropped out the next day. Some stains don't wash off. But here's the part one didn't expect. The hate that Wanda and Deborah got? It didn't just stay with them. Some folks, good folks, started thinking I was trouble too. A few customers said things like, "You don't mess with me or he'll ruin your life." They meant it like a compliment. But it didn't sit right. I didn't want to be feared. I just wanted to fix bikes. The reputation stuck. Some new people in town didn't want to do business with me because they heard I was that guy from the parade. It wasn't fair. But it was real. That's the thing about revenge. Even when you win, you bleed a little too. Spring rolled around again. The news shop was thriving. I had a good team. Good customers. But every now and then, when I drive past the empty lot where Wanda's house used to stand, torn down now, just dirt and trash left behind, I remember everything. The lies. The hurt. The court. The parade. And I wonder if it was worth it. Then I fire up my Harley, feel the engine rumble under me, and remind myself, I didn't start this. I just finished it.